Okay, welcome to today's gentle yoga class with Kate. Today we are going to be working on joint mobility, little balance, little strength. So if you have any things that you want to support your practice, any blocks, any bolsters, any blankets, I encourage you to get those at the ready. So we're going to start in whatever your comfortable position is. Seated. Eyes closed if you like. Dropping in, allowing your mind to arrive in the same place as your body. Feeling the earth beneath you. Feeling the sky above you. Feeling the entire length of the spine as that conduit between earth and sky. Allow the shoulders to roll down and back. Allow the hands to rest gently. Draw the head back so it's in line with the spine. Back of the neck long, dignified posture. And just check in with the breath. Notice if it's deep, shallow, fast, slow, smooth, rough. Just checking in with your breath. Noticing how the breath correlates to the mental state, the energetic state, the physical state. And maybe bringing a even awareness to the breath, inhaling and exhaling equally. Bring awareness to the physical body and just notice what your body is experiencing today. What's influencing your body today? Maybe notice the temperature in the room. Does that need adjustment? Notice if there's any places of illness or injury in your body that you need to take care of as you move through your practice. And just be aware of that and modify as needed. Otherwise, just feeling yourself in your body. Feeling the experience of living in the body. Bring awareness to the energetic state, that subtle vibration within you. Notice if you're feeling energized today, if you're feeling lethargic, if you're feeling calm, if you're feeling agitated. Just observing the energetic state. So these are the more subtle areas of the body that we don't always feel as predominantly as the physical body. And then finally, check in with the emotional state. Notice how you're feeling, how your mood is, and what might be affecting that mood. And no judgment here in any of these observations, simply checking in. So we'll come back to the breath, feeling an inhale and exhale through the nose, following the breath all the way around through the top of the inhale, all the way around through the bottom of the exhale, and feel the breath as though it's being poured into you like water or milk into a jug, filling you up from the bottom first. So as you inhale, you feel the belly expand, rib cage, and then the breath comes all the way up, fills you all the way up to the upper chest, maybe into the throat. And then as you exhale, emptying back out, nice and even. Inhale, bottom up. Exhale, gentle release. So now we'll start to move into our practice from here. So if you're not already on the knees, we'll come onto the knees. And then arms at your side, forehead down, hips to heels, chest to thighs. So this is our starting position. Nice long exhale here. And as you inhale, rise up, lift the head and chest, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, twist to your left, open the arms, looking over that left arm. Inhale, arms up. Exhale back to where we started. Sweep hands behind, hips to heels, chest to thighs, forehead down. Inhale, rise back up, arms sweep up. Exhale to the right, looking over right arm as you twist, twisting from the navel. Inhale up. And exhaling back down. So following your wheel of breath, alternating sides with every twist, moving from the navel, twisting all the way up. Maybe holding the breath out for just a second after the end of the exhale as you're in that twist. And we'll continue alternating sides. Bringing hands to the back, hips to heels, chest to thighs on every time you come to that exhale. And then we're going to do one more to the right. So the next time you come to the right, that will be the last one like this. And then we'll just all come back to that child's pose. And just rest the hips on the heels, chest to thighs, forehead down, and arms alongside the legs, palms up. Feeling into the back of the body as you inhale, expanding, and sinking a little more on the exhale. And now we'll bring the hands forward, coming up into tabletop. Thumbs point toward each other, middle fingers point toward the front of your mat. Lengthen through the spine. Nice long spine, collarbones wide. Inhale, gaze straight ahead. Exhale, drop back. Hips to heels, chest to thighs, forehead down. And we'll flow through Chakravakasana a few times. Inhale, lengthen, coming up. Exhale, dropping back. 2 more breaths like that. Feel the navel moving in with every exhale. And after your next exhale, we'll come back to all fours and meet there. Nice long spine. And we're just going to reach the right arm out in line with the ear and press into that left hand so you're not sinking into the left shoulder. Keeping the back of the neck long, gazing down. Now reach the left foot back. And we'll just roll wrist and ankle a few times. And then find stillness here. Reach, inhale. Exhale here, feel navel moving to spine and drop the left hip ever so slightly. And now we'll inhale, arm and leg out, and exhale back to center. We'll do that a few times with the breath. And one more breath like that, meeting back up with arm and leg extended. Next inhale, lift arm and leg just a little bit. Get a little back bend, exhale, hand and knee come down. Lengthen on the inhale, gaze straight ahead, and exhale, hips to heels, chest to thighs, forehead down. Inhale back to all fours. Reaching that left arm out in line with the head and neck. Thumb points up. Press into the right hand so you're not sinking down into that right shoulder. And then the other leg comes up. Rolling wrist and ankle. And then find stillness, even breath. Navel moving in on the exhale. Next inhale, arm and leg out. Exhale, center. Flowing with the breath 3 more times. Next inhale, lift a little, find a little back bend, and exhale. Hand and knee back down. Back through our Chakravakasana, lengthen and gaze straight ahead. Exhale back, hips to heels, chest to thighs, forehead down. And then we'll come back up. All fours on an inhale, curl toes under. Downward facing dog on an exhale. Walk out the legs if you need to here, finding your downward facing dog. Ground down through hands, down through the ball mound of the index finger, fingers spread wide. And check out, maybe you can even make your down dog a little longer. Really finding length in the spine. Head in line with the arms. So neither rounding the spine too much like so, or hyperextending it. Keep it in that nice neutral spot. Really reaching the tail up. Feeling strength in the legs and the arms. And then on your next inhale, shift forward to plank. And exhale back to down dog. And we'll just flow like that a few times with the breath. 4 or 5 count inhale. 4 or 5 count exhale. One more like that. And then pausing after that exhale for a breath or two in your down dog. And we'll walk the feet slowly up to meet the hands, coming into a forward fold. Keeping a little micro bend in the knees so as not to hyper extend through the knees. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep arms all the way up. Rise up. Chest lifts, exhale, hands to heart. And we'll flow through that one just a few times with the breath. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time like that. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. So just pausing for a second with hands at heart, rooting down through the feet, maybe lift the toes, spread them wide. Place them back down, feel the little arches of the feet lifting, like shock absorbers, spiral the thighs toward each other, grounding down into feet, but lengthening up through the crown, shoulders dropping down, collarbones wide. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Again, feeling it filling up from the bottom. 4 or 5 count inhale. Navel moves toward the spine on the exhale. 4 or 5 count exhale. Finding that smooth wheel of breath. You can close your eyes, maybe hear that Ujjayi pranayama. And I wanted to share a little Rumi poem, a very short one, as you're breathing here. Maybe you can hear your heartbeat or feel it. So the Rumi poem is, drum sound rises on the air. It's throb my heart. A voice inside the beat says, I know you're tired, but come. This is the way. So listening to your own way, your own breath and your own heart as we flow through our sun salutation. On your exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, sweep arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. We're moving very slowly and intentionally here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot way back. Drop to that right knee. One breath here. You can do it from fingertips if you like. Keeping that right toes curled under. And then next breath, we'll bring hands to the top of the left thigh. One breath here. Next, inhale, arms sweep up. Find a little back bend here, and we'll stay here and breathe. Gazing up if it feels okay on the neck. Grounding down through that left heel. Lengthening a little more on every inhale. 2 more breaths. And on the next exhale, plant your hands and shift the weight back. Straighten the left leg, head comes down. One breath here. And then roll forward and we'll come back to our forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. One breath here. Staying with that smooth wheel of breath that you established at the beginning. Exhale, drop the chin. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold and step the left foot way back. Drop to that knee. One breath here. Next inhale, hands to the top of the right thigh. One breath here. And then arms sweep up. Gazing up, drop the shoulders, open through the heart, ground down through that right heel. 2 more breaths here. And on the next exhale, plant the hands, shift the weight back, right leg extends, head comes down. 1 breath here. And then we'll roll forward, come back to our forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 breath here. Exhale, drop the chin. Now we'll add on to that sun salutation. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back. Drop to the knee. Inhale, arms overhead, coming right into our lift, gazing up. 1 breath here. And then bring hands to heart and straighten that right leg, keeping the toes curled under. So coming into a high lunge, I guess it's a high lunge. Feeling the strength in the legs by pressing into the feet. Nice and tall through the crown, even breath. 2 more breaths here. And then we'll bring the arms up. Now here you can either gaze at an imaginary horizon in front of you. You can look slightly down at the floor. Or if you like to challenge your balance a little, you can look up. Maybe up through the fingertips, staying with that even breath. 1 more breath here. And then we'll exhale and plant the hands. And keeping the lower body here, lift the left hand coming into a twist. Gaze up if you like, or down, or alternate up and down with the breath if you like, with the head and neck. Couple more breaths. And after your next exhale, plant the hand. Step back to downward facing dog. Lengthen through the spine. Ground through hands and feet. Smooth wheel of breath. Next exhale, step your right foot up. Drop to the left knee. Inhale, arms up. Gazing up. Couple more breaths here. Then we bring hands to heart and extend that left leg so that we're up on the toes into our lunge. Come back to that smooth wheel of breath. Feeling strength, feeling tall, dignified. Couple more breaths. Navel moving in on every exhale. And now arms up. Bringing your gaze to wherever is appropriate for you today. Couple more breaths here. Next exhale, bring the hands down. Keeping the lower half of the body where it is, spiral right arm up. Breathing here. Whatever you did on the other side, if that felt right, do it on this side, either keeping the head steady or moving the head with the breath. 1 more breath like this. And hand comes down. We'll come back to our down dog. Couple breaths here. Look up between the hands and then step the feet up. Forward fold. Lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Coming back to your wheel of breath. Smooth, even. Notice the transitions between breaths. See if you can smooth those out too. And we'll gently step that left foot back so that we have our feet in sort of a warrior one position. We'll start with arms at the sides, both legs straight. So on an inhale, going to bend the right knee, bring the arms back like goalposts or cactus, and tilt the chest forward. And then on the exhale, we'll come back to where we started with arms down and legs straight. So inhale and exhale. Keeping that back foot rooted and grounded, pressing into the outside edge of the left foot. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you inhale and bring the arms back. And then next time we'll stay. Keep rooting down into the outside edge of that left foot. Feeling the length growing all the way up from that back heel through the crown. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. One more breath here. And exhale back. And then we'll step back to Samastitihi, hands at heart, equal feet. Couple breaths. And then we'll step our right foot back, mirroring what we did on that side. So that right foot is planted at a 45-degree angle, arms at your sides, both legs straight. Exhale here. As you inhale, mirroring what we did on the other side, kind of tilting the torso forward as arms come up, and coming back upright on the exhale. And then on your next one, we'll stay. Rooting down through that right heel, back of the neck long, navel moving in with every exhale and squeezing shoulder blades together. Steadiness and ease. One more breath. And then we'll come back and step again to the front of the mat, hands at heart. Couple breaths. Now we'll step the left foot back again. And this time we're going to start with hands, palms up at your sides with elbows bent and both legs straight. This time, exhale here. As you inhale, bend the right knee and press the hands forward as you tilt the torso forward. And then exhale, coming back, keeping the knee bent. So inhale, exhale. Stay grounded and rooted through the outside edge of that left foot. And one more like that. Then we'll come back to the front of the mat, hands at heart. One breath and then switch sides. You can start with legs straight, but then once we move into it, we're going to keep the left knee bent. So when you're ready, exhale here. Inhale. And one more like that. And step back to the front of the mat. Now we can walk a little back, maybe halfway. We're going to start, let's start like we're going to be into a warrior one with right foot kind of in the center of the mat and left foot back, hands at heart. Put a little bend in that right knee, we're going to move into a warrior three. So we're going to do it very gradually. So with that right knee kind of bent, we're just going to come forward and maybe lift that left foot just ever so slightly off the floor. Inhale, and then exhale, we're going to come back. So inhale up, and exhale back. You can keep the hands at heart, keeping the head and neck in line with the rest of the spine. Okay, and then we're going to stay in whatever version of warrior three you like for a few breaths. So gently moving into it. You can keep hands at heart. You can reach arms overhead or back to your sides or out or whatever feels right. But when you're here, see if you can even out the hips a little and flex that back foot. So whether you're, up a little like this or down like this, keeping that foot active and the hips even will help. Might even press the palms together if your hands are at heart. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Check that you're grounded but not gripping through the standing foot, and the breath is flowing evenly. So about 3 more breaths here. And then we'll very gently step that foot back, coming back to where we started. And then step the left foot up. And then switch sides. So starting out with a bend in that left knee, right foot back. And we're just going to go in and out like we did before, maybe only lifting the foot ever so slightly off the floor as you kind of come up and back. And you might have one leg that's easier to balance on. So just noticing when you come up next time and stay, is this the leg that's easier to balance on or the one that's a little more challenging? Pressing through that heel and drop the right hip so that hips are even. Press palms together and fingertips if you have hands at heart. Smooth out the breath, lengthen through the back of the neck. Couple more breaths. And then we'll slowly drop back. Foot comes down. And then we'll step forward and shake it all out. So I'm going to face this way so that it's a little easier to see, but you can stay how you are. Hands at heart. Come back to the wheel of breath and just make sure that it's smooth and even. And once it is, we'll bring weight to the right foot since we did left last time. And bring that left knee up. Just lift it. Flex the foot. And then straighten. And bend. Inhale and exhale. Do one more like that. And then cross that ankle over the right knee. And bend, coming down, and then coming back up. We'll do this maybe 3 more times. So with the breath. Do one more. Release and shake that out. We'll bring the weight to the left foot, right up, flex the foot. Just finding your balance here, checking in with the breath. Hands at heart, maybe pressing hands together, grounded but not gripping through standing foot. If you like, straighten, inhale, bend, exhale. And one more like that. Now cross that ankle over the left knee. Drop the knee so it's pointing toward the floor. So this knee is down. And then again, bend the knee, down, and inhaling up. and back. Shake it out. Okay, that's the most vigorous we're going to get with our gentle yoga today. So hopefully that was doable for you, or you found a good modification. So we'll come back to the front of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Little back bend, and exhale, forward fold. Now we'll walk the feet out about mat width apart. Drop the hips down, coming into a squat. Your squat can either be hands at heart or hands in front of you, palms up, and head down. So finding the squat that works for you today. And then we'll just drop to seated. We'll bring the knees into the hips, or sorry, knees into the chest. Hands to knees, fingertips pointing toward the toes. Inhale, press the knees away. Exhale, draw the knees in. We'll do that 2 more times, Apanasana. And then we'll reach behind the knees and gently rock up into our boat pose, Navasana. So your balance between sits bones and tailbone. Feet are active, shins parallel to the ceiling, nice and long back. Collarbones wide. Check in with the breath. Still feeling the navel moving in, the pelvic floor lifting on every exhale. So in yoga, if you are able to stay in a particular pose for like 5 smooth, even breaths, then that is appropriate. If you can't stay for that long, if the breaths are not good quality, then that position is maybe not appropriate at that time for you. So you would work up to it by doing some other modification. So if this feels okay, this is good. We can stay here and breathe easily. Maybe you want to try bringing the hands away. See if the breath is still smooth. If not, you can bring the hands back to the previous one. So we'll just do a couple more breaths here. And then we'll slowly come down, straighten the legs, and all the way down. And just allowing everything to release for a moment. All right, now arms at your sides, palms down, like you're rooting your hands into the earth, and then flex both feet. On the inhale, left leg comes up, straight up toward the ceiling as you continue to press into both heels. Keep the lower back flattened to the earth, even breath. And then we'll slowly bring that leg back down. And then right leg, keep pressing into both heels, keeping the lower back flat on the earth. And then slowly bring that back down. And now we're going to lift the left leg, but taking 3 breaths to lift it up. Be mindful of the lower back, keeping it in contact with the earth. And then stay for 1 breath. And then 3 breaths to lower back down. Keep pressing into both heels. And then we'll do that on the other leg as well. So 3 breaths to lift it up, keeping both legs active. Lower back, pressing into the earth. 1 breath when you get to the top. 3 breaths to lower back down. When you've completed that, you can just bend the knees, bring feet a little wider, and let knees fall together to touch. Taking a little Rest here. And now we'll set up the feet for our bridge pose. So heels where you could touch with fingertips, arms at your sides. We'll slowly peel the tail up off the floor. Inhale, hips rise, press into the feet. Exhale, roll back down. We'll do 3 like this with the breath. And then after that, we're going to add in the arms. So next time you inhale and hips rise, right arm is going to arc overhead and your head turns to the left. And then reverse it as you come down. And then left arm comes up, head looks right. Reverse. Okay, 2 more on each side with your breath. If you finish before I do, you can do both arms together. Because that's where we're all going next. So we'll do a few rounds of both arms together, hips rise, head stays in the center. Releasing down on the exhale. And 1 more like that. Stay for 1 breath. And then release on the exhale. Now we'll cross the right leg over the left, crossing at the knees. Reach for the ankles, draw the knees into the chest. Flatten the spine onto the earth. Even breath here. This is how I start every single morning. This is the stretch I do while I'm still in bed. Few more breaths. Gently release. Just bring the feet about mat width apart and windshield wiper the knees a little side to side. And then we'll do the other side, so left over right, cross at the knees, draw the legs up, hands to ankles. Flatten the spine onto the earth, come to that even breath awareness. Couple more breaths. And gently release. We'll windshield wiper the knees again. And now extend your legs long. Feet together, as though you're standing on the feet, so the legs are active and flexed. And then bring your arms overhead, palms together. So you can envision yourself in a standing pose here, where the shoulders are kind of dropping down away from the ears. The feet and legs are active. Breath is smooth. And we'll take that right foot and bring it up to the inner thigh of the left leg with the knee falling out. So it's like you're doing a tree pose, but you're on the floor. You're on your back. And that left foot is still active, like you're standing on that left foot. And now we're just going to inch our hands and our head to the right. So you're still on the floor, but you're kind of making that arc with the spine, with the upper body, as though you're in that standing tree and you're kind of bending over to the side. So just a few breaths here, keeping that left leg and foot active. Breathing into the left side of the rib cage. Envisioning yourself standing and doing this. So if you have the ability to imagine that you're standing here, maybe you can feel that. Otherwise, just still expanding through that left rib cage for a couple more breaths. Navel moving in on the exhale. And then we'll bring it arms and head back to center. We'll extend the right leg down, switching sides. Left foot comes up, knee is out. So just being here in our supine tree pose with that right foot active as though you're standing on that leg, and get your arms and shoulders in a comfortable space where they're not crunched up around the ears. Steady and ease with the breath. And then we'll slowly bring that upper body arcing over to the left, arms, head, chest. And as you do that, the right side of the rib cage opens, so keeping the awareness on that right foot active, and then opening through the right side of the rib cage, breathing into that side. Feel that expansion on the inhale and the navel moving in on the exhale for a couple more breaths here. One more breath. Bring the head and arms back to center. We'll extend that left leg. And now interlace your fingers. Flex both feet. Press the palms away from the head. Stretch the whole body long. And as you're in that stretch, have a nice long exhale and feel the navel moving in toward the spine. And then pause, holding the breath out in that stretch. Inhale again here. Again, empty it all out. Feel the navel move in. Hold the breath out after the exhale. Pause there with the breath held out. And one more like that. Inhale. Long exhale. Hold the breath out. Navel moves in. When you can't hold it out anymore, inhale. And we'll move into our Shavasana pose. Arms at your sides, palms up, feet a little further apart. Let the toes roll out. Let everything release into the earth, maybe signaling with a nice long open mouth exhale, signaling to the body that you are no longer going to control the breath. You're turning it over to the autonomic nervous system to do the breathing for you. Feel yourself being breathed in and out as though you are on the shore of an ocean and the waves are just flowing up and over you and back out. Feeling a pleasant heaviness in the body, softening the toes, the bottoms of the feet, the tops of the feet, the ankles, the calves, the knees, the upper legs, pelvis, hips, buttocks, the entire lower half of the body releasing into the earth. Feel that gentle release moving up through the lower back. Soften the belly, the rib cage, all the little muscles of the ribs, the upper chest and back. Soften the armpits into the earth, the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, lower arms, wrists, hands, fingers. Moving that deep release all the way up the back of the neck and base of the throat. Unclench the teeth. Let the tongue flatten against the bottom of the mouth. Softening the cheeks, the nose, the temples, the eyes, forehead, the scalp. Now feeling the entire body, pleasantly heavy, releasing into relaxed awareness. as you are resting there for just a couple more minutes in your Shavasana, I will remind you of our Rumi poem, Drum Sound Rises on the Air. It's throb my heart. Drum sound rises on the air. It's throb my heart. A voice inside the beat says, I know you're tired, but come. This is the way. A couple more breaths there. Just feeling yourself being breathed in and out, no effort. Start to slowly bring your awareness back to your physical body, noticing the sounds around you. Noticing the weight of your body on the earth, the air on your skin. Invite some gentle movements of the hands, the feet, the fingers, the toes. When you're ready, maybe stretch the body long. Maybe give the knees a hug. Taking your time, roll to one side. We'll all meet back up in a comfortable seat for a little bit of pranayama to close out our practice today. So whenever you arrive in your comfortable seat, feel the earth beneath you in that dignified posture, head over the heart. Maybe bring one hand to the heart, see if you can actually feel that heartbeat. Maybe you can just imagine it. The beat of your own heart. It will tell you where to go. You can either leave the hand here or bring hands to knees, palms up. This pranayama is it's called Surya Bhedana, which is, Surya means sun. And because it is a dark, cloudy day here, it is the middle of winter where there is not a lot of sun. I thought we would invite in a little sun into our inner being. So normally, if you are doing alternate nostril breathing with the fingers, you would close off the left and inhale through the right, and then close off the right and inhale and exhale out the left, and continue like that. So you're in right, out left. But we're going to do it without the hand. We're going to do it energetically. So we're going to exhale all the air out both nostrils. And as you inhale, feel as though you're inhaling the air just from the right side. Feel as though the breath is coming right up to the center of the forehead, the midbrain, that place right there at the third eye center. And then as you exhale, imagine that that breath is just traveling out the left nostril. And we'll continue like that. So every inhale through the right, breathing up into that third eye center, and every exhale out the left. So in yoga, the sun is associated with energy, sometimes associated with masculine energy, that very active energy. The yang practices more movement, more heat. So we're inviting in that sun energy with every inhale through the right nostril. Letting it pass through out the left nostril. We want an invigorating practice. We invite in that sun energy. And I invite you to do one more round like that, inhaling right, exhaling left. Now just bring your awareness to that third eye center, that midbrain. And keeping your focus there, just feeling the breath flowing in and out naturally. we'll close our practice with one last Rumi quote. Keep walking, though there's no place to get to. Don't try to see through the distances. That's not for human beings. Move within, but don't move the way fear makes you move. Next inhale, we'll bring the arms overhead, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart, drop chin to chest. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. It's always
Namaste.
a pleasure. We'll see you next time.
Hey, we can